The first thing I'm going to show you is the use of the Davidson marking system as would be used in conventional pathology, either for permanent or for frozen sectioning. We have here a specimen that measures approximately 4 by 2 centimeters. And I have made myself a map so that I can maintain the orientation of exactly what I'm doing. Now first, this needs to be cut into pieces appropriate for processing. In this specimen, I'm looking at the surface which is down, and it's my preference to keep the surface to be examined down, which maintains the orientation. This is now, these cuts are now transferred over to the map. The question now is to maintain the orientation of these so that we know that if there are positive margins, say at this superior edge, that we will know that they are in fact superior versus inferior, right, left, or whatever is the orientation. Now I'm going to place the first die, which in this case will be the orange die, along this border of this specimen. Whether you take it from the bottom or you take it from the top is up to you. And then you want to put it along the side as shown there. This is then immediately transferred over to the map. Next, going to mark these two borders blue, and I tend to do it in a system marking rather than going all the way around one. I have color preferences just as you do. Some colors work better in one laboratory than another. It really doesn't matter what color you put where, as long as you correlate it back to the map. So that's a blue color, and that's on this surface here. Let's now mark the top surfaces. And this will be with the red dye. I'm going to go ahead and mark this surface red as well. Like that. Next we have the far surface over here. I am preferential to green. And I'm going to put green on this surface here, on this surface here, and I'm going to try and put a little bit right there. And then we'll mark it along here as well. So all of the borders, my left, your right, are marked green. And transfer that then to our map. And then lastly we have the surfaces down towards me, and we have our choice of black or yellow. Both work well. You have to be certain that you're comfortable distinguishing yellow from orange, and if you're not, then not to use the same in the same area on the same specimen. The specimen has now been cut. It's been marked for orientation purposes. We've drawn a map, and it is now ready to be submitted for permanent or frozen section. It is smart to let the dye sit on the tissue for approximately 2 to 3 minutes. If you don't do that, it just doesn't set, it just doesn't stick in the same way. This specimen will go for permanence. And that is labeled number 1. And then the same would be done with 2, 3, and 4. That would be if we were doing permanent sections. Now if we want to do frozen sections, then the technique is different, and I will demonstrate that for you with the CryoCup kit. Just to show you what the final histology looks like, let's take a look at the slides and see what we can see. You can see the tissue and the various and different dyes. This is the red dye. This is the orange dye. Here is the black dye. This is the blue dye. Here's my favorite, which is green. And here is the yellow.